Be Your Best Self blog by Marcia Abbott. It's time to jump. On March 9th, 1959, a very significant event occurred. It was an event that would forever alter the course of history as we knew it. And it all started with a woman named Ruth Hadler. Ruth had a daughter named Barbie, and unlike other children of her time who would play with infant baby dolls, Ruth would notice her daughter creating paper dolls of older women and instead choosing to play with those. What I didn't mention was that Ruth and her husband Elliot also founded and owned for over 14 years a toy company that we all know too well, Mattel Incorporated. And as Ruth noticed her daughter's preference in toys, it gave her an idea. So on March 9th, 1959, Ruth introduced to the world a doll by the name of Barbie Maleficent Roberts, or better known as Barbie. From day one, Barbie was known as the perfect model of a woman. A perfect body with smooth skin, small feet, straight teeth, an unblemished face, no wrinkles, absolutely no fat, a very well-proportioned figure, and long legs that seemed to stretch to the sky. Standing at an estimated 5 foot 9 inches and weighing 110 pounds, if she were a real person, Barbie was every girl's dream of who we should be and what we should look like. She was every girl's dream of what it meant to be considered beautiful. She was every girl's dream come true, including mine. As a little girl, I loved all kinds of toys, but most of all, I loved Barbie and all the cute accessories that went with her. The cars, the kitchen sets, the bedroom sets, the amazing clothes, the heels, and the list goes on and on. I love that no matter what outfit I would put on Barbie, she always looked beautiful all of the time. I couldn't wait to grow up and be just like Barbie. Looking back, it is pretty easy to see that I was quite naive. But as I grew older, real life happened and my body changed just as fast as my growing family. With age and gravity, skin started to fall and droop in places I least expected. Stretch marks stayed after my body fought through the battle of pregnancy and giving birth. Wrinkles? Well, those are inevitable. And expecting fat not to accumulate when I was a working and busy mom is just not realistic. So the unavoidable happened. I got to the point where I didn't like the way I looked. I hated how my body changed. None of my clothes seemed to fit the same. I hated wearing swimsuits. I hated wearing shorts. Most people would describe me as a skinny person, so they questioned all of this because to them I was fine. But it didn't matter what they thought. It only mattered what I felt like when I looked in the mirror or when I stepped on the scale. And when I did that, I can promise you what I didn't see. I didn't see Barbie or the perfect body. I wonder, do any of you ever feel this way too? Do you look in the mirror and like what you see? Or do you look in the mirror and see all those imperfections that exist? Is there some part or maybe many parts of your body that you want to change? If this is you, then just know you're not alone. I'm with you on this one. I have come to learn over the years that it doesn't matter if you're overweight or underweight. It doesn't matter if you have small feet or big feet. It doesn't matter if you're tall or short, wrinkled or smooth skin, straight or crooked teeth. It seems that all of us hate our bodies in one way or the other. So why is that? Why do we all focus around the imperfections on our body? And with that, we choose not to wear the shorts or swimsuit. Instead, we choose to cover up those imperfections as much as we can. For me, I believe it stems from one simple fact that the world's been telling us for over 60 years. A perfect body is important. A perfect body is what we need to feel happy and beautiful. But here's the crazy part about that expectation. A perfect body does not exist. Simply put, Barbie's not real. Expecting a perfect body while knowing it truly doesn't exist will never lead to happiness. It will instead ultimately leave us feeling empty and disappointed. We will just keep spinning and spinning around the same idea, but we sure won't get anywhere. Kind of like a hamster spinning in its wheel. If you feel like you're stuck in this wheel too, then guess what? It's time to jump off and to finally get this idea of a perfect body out of our minds. Are you ready to jump with me? If you're ready, then here's what we're going to do together. And I really need help on this one as I struggle with this daily. When we look in the mirror and we see the scars, the stretch marks, the belly roll, the acne, the cellulite, the fat, the wrinkles, we're not going to be ashamed anymore. Instead, we're going to let this serve as a reminder to ourselves that we're living life to the fullest and growing older. Every single flaw has a story to tell. Our life and our journey in this world are something important to share, all of it. And all of this story created who we are today. We should never be ashamed of that. Instead, it is something to be proud of. And this next step we take will be the most significant one. This cycle won't end if we all don't work together to change this next part. We need to stop hating on others. In its place, we need to start loving everybody, and we need to start loving everybody, all of them, even our own. When you see someone who's being brave enough to wear the shorts or wear the swimsuit, even with their imperfections, remind them of how beautiful they look. Remind them and point out some of their best qualities. Make them feel stunning in that moment. That is how we change this path we're on. That is how we always remember that we are all pretty and beautiful. Maybe not Barbie style, but in our own unique way. Over the years, I have to admit that Barbie has brought me so much joy, fun, and laughter, as she was a significant part of my childhood. And I truly am grateful for Ruth Hadler, who brought Barbie Maleficent Roberts into this world. Those are memories I will carry with me forever. But there's one thing that neither Ruth or anyone else in this world could accomplish, and that was to make Barbie real. She's not real. She never was, and Barbie doesn't have a life story to share. But we do. It's time to jump, to get this idea of a perfect body out of our minds, and instead jump into the story of our battle scars, the story that makes us proud to be a part of. I hope you'll choose to jump with me, shorts, swimsuit, and all. For those of you struggling with something in life, or if you have a topic of interest that you want me to talk about in this blog, email me at beyourbestselfblog@gmail.com. For resources to this blog, please see the written blog at www.beyourbestselfblog.com/blog. Let's work together to be our very best selves. Click below on the subscribe button for weekly updates.